Hi everyone, I am back with a tutorial just in store for you. Now here is the photo that I posted on IG and on Facebook, and you guys went absolutely insane. And I wanted to go back and share with you guys the original inspiration. And so I wanted to create the bling tie backs that you saw on the backdrop. And my friend had actually found a box of sequin dresses at a yard sale for like 25 cents. I don't know who was this tiny, but it's absolutely perfect for this project. Now I picked up this foam from Hobby Lobby. It was on clearance for $1.99, and I am going to cut out a 10 by 10 using the back of a shirt gift box actually. And so I wanted to create the center piece a little bit bigger than the smaller ones on each side. And so this one I'm going to do a 10 by 10, and the other ones I will cut in an 8 by 8. But for the purposes of this tutorial, I'm only going to show you guys how to do the bigger one, and you just repeat the same thing for the smaller one. Now once I got the size cut out, I put the dress on it just to kind of see how I wanted the seams to align on each side, and then I just cut out the bottom of the dress. Now those of you who are professional seamstress and love rulers and all that great stuff, you'll probably cringe at the next part of this video, but let me just preface it by saying that I absolutely dislike rulers. So I don't like to measure anything. I hated geometry in high school, even though I made it through with a B, I think. I think it was the only B I'd ever made in school. Geometry just was not my thing, nor was drafting. So yeah, I like to freestyle a lot of things. It would probably be a lot better if I would, cut straight lines and measure and all those great things, but I just kind of like to eyeball it better. So it's not going to be as neat as it could be, but for the purposes of this video, it will all align beautifully. So the next step is, once I cut out the fabric piece, I put some hot glue on each side using my cordless hot glue gun, and this is a lifesaver. If you guys are crafters and you don't have a hot glue gun, I am going to leave a link down below. I just bought a brand new one like last week, and I will leave that link down below to share it with you guys. You will absolutely love it. So I pretty much covered the foam like I was wrapping a present. I did not use the fabric on the back edge. I just wanted to cover it enough that, if someone was looking from either side, they could not see the exposed foam. But once I wrapped up the bottom and top edge of the square, I used push pins in order to hold it down, and this gave it I wanted it to feel very tight on the front, and so that definitely gave me that effect. The next thing I did was that I cut out a small piece of foam to place on the top, and I covered it with the other piece of fabric, like a piece of scrap fabric that I had, which is in like a blush pink or a rose gold looking color, the sequin fabric is. And so I wanted to put that on top because when I looked at the initial picture closely, the center rhinestone or brooch was a little bit more raised than the other ones. So I definitely wanted to put that one in place first to give it that raised look, and then I used the wire cutters to cut off the back of each brooch as you see me demonstrating here. And then once I cut them off, I glued them down to the foam board. Now I initially was going to leave on the little clasp on the back, but what I found out is that it was a little bit more difficult for it to lay flat. And I used a total of 50 brooches in order to create this look. It was absolutely fabulous. Like, I am so in love with this, and I wanted to just kind of speed up the process to show you guys what it actually looked like. And I do want to encourage you not to worry about like the gaps in between, because what ended up happening was that the bling underneath shined through, and it actually looked like 3D bling, and it formed an actual design once I got all the rose gold rhinestones on this piece. So it turned out absolutely amazing. Now these pieces are from totallydazzled.com, and I am so excited to be announcing that I am an affiliate with them. Now it doesn't cost you guys anything extra, but I will leave a link down below if you're interested in recreating this look, or either any of the other DIYs that I'll be sharing with you, like the rose gold pieces that I used in the bouquets for the brides and bridesmaids. I mean, the possibilities are endless with these pieces. Absolutely gorgeous pieces. You guys, the bling on these pieces was like unreal. Like the final product that I'm getting ready to share with you, believe it or not, like I did not edit the camera at all. The lighting in that room was really dark and it was still glistening. Like no special effects, no nothing, just great quality product. So what I'm going to do now is go back through and add another layer of bling onto the four corners. And as you guys see here, I'm trying to see if I can leave the clasp on the back, and I ended up not leaving the clasp on the back of these. I ended up having to go back and pull them off because I did have issues with them staying flat, but it did work out. Like, and then for the back, to adhere them to the back, we just put a piece of wire through the foam, and it looked so amazing. And so once I did the 3D pieces around the four corners, I decided to put the top piece on to finalize that look. And you guys, I was so amazed at how well this turned out. I did not have one rhinestone to fall off or one brooch to fall off throughout the entire process, throughout the entire reception. It is still in place, and it's definitely something that I'll be using in the future. Now, if you guys can see where I connected each of the brooches, there is like a little gap in between, and it forms its own design. You'll see what I'm talking about more. But in order to secure the center brooch that is raised up on the styrofoam, I'm using some straight pins with pearls on the end to put them through the little holes in order to make it more secure. So you couldn't even tell that they were there in the photos, but I just wanted to make sure that it was secure because I didn't want that part falling off in the middle of the reception. So here it is, all finished, you guys. Look at the bling on this piece. Oh my goodness, it's gonna look so great on the backdrop. I cannot wait to share with you guys the finished product. So here are all three pieces. You remember I told you I did the smaller ones a little, the ones that were on each side, which are they are a little bit smaller than the center one. I did those a little bit smaller, but here is how it all turned out. They are so amazing, and I think on this one I used 25 brooches, so I used a total of 100 brooches. You guys always ask me about that, so I wanted to be sure to include that. So here is the finished product. I will share the full reveal of this wedding in my next video. I just wanted to share with you guys how it looked. Oh my gosh, the bling factor was absolutely amazing. And if you want some great bling, like Totally Dazzle is the place to go. I will be sure to leave a link down below. I know several of you are always asking me questions about how to create these backdrops, and I will be offering special classes this fall in Luxe Academy that will be just individual classes based on the backdrop. But in order to sign up for that class, you must take Luxe Academy first. So it does have a prerequisite because I want to make sure that you guys have all the same information going forward. So here is the finished look, you guys. I was so ecstatic with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this tutorial from start to finish. Thank you guys so much for all of your continuous support, and until next time, it's Melanie with Living Luxuriously for Less. Cheers.